All right. Good evening, good evening, good evening. New camera, as you can see. I tried to fix the other one, wasn't happening. So, so when when I went out today, I got the new camera, and I'll tell you all about that in a minute. Um, anyway, before we jump into anything, I would like to remind everybody that this is a very family friendly oriented channel. I would ask you all to please be decent in the chat, no racism, no nastiness. If you cannot abide by those very simple, easy rules, those awesome people lit up in blue with the blue wrenches, they've changed it now. It's not wrenches anymore. It's like a shield. Well, it used to be a wrench. It's not a wrench anymore. It looks like a shield. Okay. They will boot you out of here because we're not going to tolerate that. Just putting it out there ahead of time. Um, and so that's what happens there. So again, if somebody makes a comment, they may come in. Please don't engage with them. Let the moderators take care of them because it's just we don't want to feed them. So if you have something that you want me to see, please all cap lock so it stands out for me. All right, and I do appreciate that ahead of time. So today was a very interesting day. Very interesting day. Very scary day. I'll be honest with you. Wasn't expecting this to happen today, but when do you ever expect it to happen? To be honest with you, so uh, plan on going out today. I wanted to get new camera. Yep, it's got a lot wider shot. You can actually see my awesome picture back here that Audrey painted for me. That's a painting from several years ago. Love that picture. So that's why it's right there, and it will always be right there. Um, but anyway, so the game plan today was to go out, get rid of garbage. Had 8 propane tanks that needed to be filled. Steve had 3. I had 5. So we needed to do that. I wanted to go and get. I wanted to get more dog food for the dogs and the puppies, and then I wanted to grab a couple things from Walmart today. Obviously, one of them being the new camera, which is here and working, which is awesome. So anyway, got wanted to do that. I picked up a few things today, and then tomorrow Steve and I were going to go out and do like a good grocery shop, because it's like it's room. How much room do you have? So headed out, did the garbage, got the propane, had to stop at the bank, and then went down and hit Walmart first. I got a case of pop. I had to get more dog food for the pup, the wet food for the dog. So I picked up like 24 cans of dog food. I needed paper towels, so I grabbed paper towels. And then I had like a half gallon of milk. That's all I got. That was $55 too, by the way. I was like, holy crap. I know the dog food itself is $24 because it's $1 a can, but it's like, my goodness gracious. Just a few things. Paper towels were $10. You're not going to get around that. So, so anyway, what kind of cookies are on the shelf? There's no cookies. You're talking about this? That's not cookies. Those are wet wipes. But then, so from there, after Walmart went in to Tractor Supply, I picked up 5 bags, 50-pound bags of dog food. And while I was getting the propane, I also got chicken feed. So 50-pound bag of scratch, 50-pound bag of feed, because I like to keep that at a certain level, no matter what. Anyway, try to keep 150 pounds on hand at all time. So once I broke into the new bags, I need to rotate. So then got the puppy food as well. So 5 bags of 50-pound bags of feed for the full-size dogs, and another 40-pound bag for the puppies. And so did that, right? So Started heading home. Stopped, had to get my Taco Bell because I haven't been out in 13 days. So it was Taco Bell day today. Hit Taco Bell, and they have a lot of construction on this road right now. So there's a couple times you got to stop. You wait for the traffic, and this side goes, it's one lane, and then the other side goes. So we're waiting like everybody else. And excuse me. So we're waiting. Traffic starts to go, and it's going slow. We're maybe doing 5-10 miles an hour, and guy in front of me has to stop for whatever reason. I go to stop. I got no brakes, none. I'm like pumping, right? No brakes. I'm like, oh, what the hell? And I'm like, I literally was like, no, bam, right in the back of him. Okay. And so basically I hit his hitch, that he didn't have the whole hitch in, but stopped it. I get out. I go up to his car and I'm like, are you okay? And he's like, yes. And I'm like, I'm so sorry. I said, my brakes just went. There was no brakes. And he was like, okay. So, we get off the road. And I got like no damage on my bumper, right? So I'm like, all right, that's cool. But there was like one spot where you can see where I hit his hitch. That was it. He had minor damage, but he's from Kentucky, okay, and it's his son's truck, and I guess the son works for Toyota, and it was a lease, and so it had like 1,400 miles on the truck. So he's like, we got to get a police report. And I'm like, that's fine. So we had to wait for the cop to get there. He came, we did all that. And so we get done, and I had checked my brake fluid, and it seemed like it was low. So I went across the street. It was a Little General, convenience store. So I went in there, grabbed a thing of brake fluid, put that in, and I'm thinking I'm okay, I'm good to go. So cop goes, okay, you're all set, you can go. So I'm like, well, I still got the emergency brake, right? So I mean, worst case scenario, I'll use the emergency brake and we'll just baby it and get home. So start driving. And I mean, I'm going slow, guys. I am not going fast at all. And we were coming up an incline. So, I'm going like super, super slow. Traffic is stopped, and there's another truck in front of me. I go to hit the brakes again. Nothing with the brakes. So I hit the emergency brake. I hit this guy, the second guy. I hit him. So I'm like, and I was assuming that the emergency brake worked and stopped me, right? So I get out of the truck, I look, and I walk up to his door, and I go, man, I just hit your hitch. I go, there's no damage. And he goes, are you okay? And I go, I'm fine. He goes, all right, man, don't worry about it. He goes, it's all good. And I'm like, all right, cool, thank you, right? So he goes, I get back in the truck, and I'm like, and I'm thinking at this point, I still got the emergency brake. Okay. Now I got no brakes, but I got the emergency brake. So we got about 12 more miles to go before my turn to my road. So, I mean, when I'm telling you I'm babying it, I'm doing like 40, 45, just taking my sweet time. I didn't have to stop for anybody. So, I just took it easy. Well, no, listen, it gets better. So I get all the way down to where my turn is. Now, where the turn is, you come up a hill, and then it goes down, and then it's a left-hand turn. Okay. So I literally come up that hill 15 miles an hour. I mean, really super slow because I just want to take it really easy. We come down the hill. I got my signal on. So I hit the emergency brake, and I got nothing. Nothing. I'm like, oh crap, right? So what we're not going fast. So go past the turn, obviously, because I couldn't turn. Um, so I kind of ease it into the side of the road, and come up to an area where there like used to be an old post office, and it has like a big area. Um, and I'll put it in. I didn't even think about putting in reverse. So we were just rolling along, um, and just came to I put it in and then put it in neutral, and it just stopped the truck. And but yeah, it was just. I mean, it was scary, guys. I mean, it was scary. I mean, hitting the guy. Now that is the first accident that I have been in um, since the twins were born. I mean, it was before the twins were born. Was the last time I was in an automobile accident, and that one was a bad one. Somebody hit me. Well, actually, I hit them, but they ran a red light. Never saw them. Never saw them. But anyway, so got the truck parked. I called my bulldozer guy that is in the area, and I said, "Dude, where are you at?" And he said he was down in this one town, which is like an hour away. And I, said, "Listen, I got a whole truckload of stuff, and I got no brakes. I got, Rob is coming down tomorrow, meaning Thursday. He was coming down early, and so he's going to take a look at the truck then." So I said, "I just need somebody to come pick me up, take my get my Steve was with me as well, so get all my stuff and get back home." And he's like, "Yeah, he goes, it'll be about an hour and a half." And I said, "Fine." Well, he sent his excavator guy that was closer in the area. He had called him, and he came, and so got everything in his vehicle, which was a stretch. It was not easy, but we got everything in there. um and I said to him, I said, "Well, can I give you some money for gas and all that?" And he's like, "Absolutely not. Nope, absolutely not." So I mean, it was. So he took us all the way in to the top of the upper meadow. I told him, "Do not drive down into the lower meadow. You're never getting out if you do." And he's like, "Okay." So we unloaded everything in the upper meadow, and then we had to hump everything down. So it was quite an adventurous day. Really happy that I'm alive. That I was happy that the other guy didn't get hurt. I'm happy I didn't get hurt and Steve didn't get hurt. But it could have really. I mean, think about it. If you're normally driving along 45, 50 miles an hour, and then you hit your brakes, that is. I had the same truck have an '06. The trucks are known to have horrible brake systems. Is probably the brake booster went out. My son had the same exact truck. His went out, cost him 1,400. I hope it's not that. I hope it's not, but we'll find out. I mean, we'll have to see what it is. But like I said, the good thing is nobody got hurt. If we'd have been going 45, 50, and then we had to slow down someplace, and then not have any brakes, that would have been really bad, really, really bad. So, but everything was good. We're okay. We got back here. But yeah, that was really very, very frightening. So we got 279 in the chat, guys. We got 100 thumbs up. If you have not shot a thumbs up yet, I would ask you to please do so to show support for the channel. I do appreciate that. Really makes a huge, huge difference with the algorithms as well. So the more interaction, the better for the channel. Also, if you are not subscribed to the channel, I would ask you to please subscribe. Make sure you hit that bell icon to get all notifications as well. And again, I thank you ahead of time for that. So I'm hoping it's just a break line. That's what I'm hoping. So we'll see. Yeah, oh yeah, it's way hilly area where I'm at. A lot of hills and dips and turns, and yeah, it's just not fun to not have breaks in that dealing with that. But like I said, we're very, very fortunate, and yeah, so we're home. We're good. And like I said, new camera, so that's awesome as well. And I will make sure that when this live stream is over, the camera is disconnected and put up so the cats can't get at it. You know, so, but those West Virginia drivers say those New York drivers don't know how to drive. And I don't think they know. The way I drive, they don't like the way I drive down here. So, but all right, we're gonna talk about another topic here that I think is really important. It's not being talked about in the media. We're gonna get into that in a second, but I wanted to throw something at you guys. All right. I have been watching or listening to it's basically talking. I don't know if guys have seen any of these. They talk about zombie apocalypse stories. And, like this guy was, found an old military bunker, those type of things. Really interesting. I find it interesting. So I've been listening to those a little bit. And then I got thinking about it and I was like, you know what? I would like to maybe do a series. It won't be. I'll probably do like a video, and I'll be talking about like I want to go and do like a series of not like a zombie apocalypse, but like a grid down type of apocalypse type of thing, and do that story. But what I would do is I would start out. Excuse me. It would actually be a grid down, like the power went out across the country type of thing. Probably not an EMP thing because I don't like the whole EMP thing, but like it could be an attack on the power grid, and so the whole system's down. So yeah, it would be more of a realistic thing. But what I would do is like start out with like today's the day that the lights went out, and but before like Bizarrizza Jizza did with his thing, yeah, like the Carrington Chronicles. But what I would do is I could do it like I would start there, but then say, but let me tell you the backstory first. And I could actually use my own backstory for that part of the story leading up to when the power went out and how, like my journey and how my awakening when the what my epiphany moment was with Hurricane Katrina. And I think that that would be a lot of fun because I can use my own history, right? And then leading up to coming to an off-grid property and starting a group and working together and preparedness wise, and then the event happens, and then I could basically like the different group members, right, their journey to get here, when this happens and what they have to go through. And I could do like each one, and like not everybody makes it type of thing, and then from that point it would all be a story at that point, because I mean who knows what would happen. But we could do that and kind of show what everybody has to go through. And I would actually use my group members that I have in my group, and then do that. And then when whoever gets here and makes it right of the group, we could talk about in the story what we're facing, what we have to do. So it would be a multiple part story. But I was thinking I could do like two shows a week, like a half an hour video, something like that. Yeah, the Chronicles of Prepper Nurse One. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, exactly. Or the Prepper Nurse One story, whatever. You know what I mean? That type of thing. But I think that would be fun. It could be educational in the aspect of, talking about everything leading up to what we did, why we did it, what projects we're working on, that whole type of thing. And then the event happens, and how we survived the event and how we dealt with the trials and tribulations of a post-apocalyptic type of world. And I just think that that would be really, really cool. So I think that I'm going to start doing that. And I, like I said, I wanted to run it by you guys and kind of get your feedback, and you think that that would be kind of cool, on top of like still doing regular videos. But if it's a known problem repeatedly with that models, breaks, recalls, you need to find out. Oh, okay, Broken Dolly. All right, that's cool. Um, but yeah, thank you. Yeah, I'll have to look and find out. But but I think that would be really neat because again, I can do reality for the first part of it, and then the event happens, and I can kind of go and talk about everybody's journey to get here, because that alone could be, each person's going to go through what they're going to go through to get here, from that perspective as well. And maybe some have no problem getting here, and other people do have a problem getting here. So that would be, and then we make it, and whoever gets here. And then and again, like now there's my daughter up in New York, so there's another one, my sister and her fiance, and and then mom and Jeannie, and do they make it, do they not make it, you know what I mean? So that kind of that I think that will be a really interesting story, and we'll kind of go, do. So yeah, I think I'm going to be doing that. So, um, and then like I did with like I have the bunker series, and then I also have the prepping on $10 a week series. It could go into, I'll make the videos, like maybe two a week, and then I'll put that into um its own category. So if somebody wants to go, yeah, title no breaks in a safe place. Yeah, no kidding. Um but that'll go right into its own category. So if people want to go in and like listen to the story from the beginning, they can. And if or if you've missed any, you don't have to be like trying to go through 5,000 videos to try to figure out where they are. Yeah, we will get back to the bunker videos. I promise you that. That will be happening as well. Just so you guys know, um, we will definitely be going back into the more bunker videos will be coming this year. Just that's another thing that will be happening. So, but yeah, so okay. So, what do we got? 275 in the chat, guys. We got 158 thumbs up. Um so if you have not shot that thumbs up yet, again, I'm going to ask you to do so to show support for the channel. Again, I really do appreciate that. Again, it really makes a huge difference with the algorithms. So the more interaction, the better it is for the channel. So I thank you for that reason as well. Also, again, if you are not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. Make sure you hit that bell icon to get all sorry, all notifications as well. And again, I thank you ahead of time for that. So I'm going to tell you guys something real quick. Now, Mark is not going to be here this weekend. All right. Unfortunately, his dog, Zorro, who he's had for 15 and a half years, he has to have a dog put down on Friday. So he's just gotten progressively worse. And so I mean, I'm a dog lover. I love my animals. You guys know I love my animals. This freaking snot that I got in here is the best dog I've ever had in my life. And when that time comes, I can't imagine what a mess I'm going to be. So Mark is going to be a mess, obviously. So he's not going to be here this weekend, and that's his buddy. His dog is his buddy. So having a dog that long, it's going to be really, really hard on him. So he's not going to be here this weekend, which is completely understandable. Completely understandable. People that don't have animals, that don't love animals, will never understand what you deal with. It's like it's part of your family. You know what I mean? It's if I may suggest, part of the bunker videos would be an explanation of having a bunker had to be put on hold and what 4 reasons. Okay, yeah, well, we can do that too. Yeah, I can talk about all that and why we delayed, and all that type of stuff. But So yeah, just keep marking your thoughts, guys, because it's going to be a tough day for him. Okay. So all right. So second thing I want to talk about that's not being talked about in the news media. Okay. I don't know if you guys saw this. This is not the first time this has happened. This is the second time this has happened. They found a lab, right, that had all kinds of samples and biologicals stuff in California, second time in California, linked to who? The CCP, China. Um, again, this is something that has been going on. Why are these labs there? What are they doing? Why do they have things that can really do bad things? You know what I mean? And so, why isn't this front page on every news channel? Why are they not saying, hey, you know, what's going on here? Why are these people doing this? And they know who's doing it and what's being done. Why is there not more outrage, right? Oh, let's worry about idiots jumping in front of ICE vehicles. Let's worry about that. No, I think if there is a biological attack, um, I think that would be something that would be much more concerning. If they're modifying, you know, they're modifying the flu and whatever else and putting it out there to kill people. I think that would be something that we really should be worrying about. Really think that's something that we need to be worrying about. So, has anybody else heard about that? Have you seen that in the news? Um, you know, you'll come play a zombie for me. Well, thank you. Yeah, I don't want to do the whole zombie thing, but like I said, a realistic grid down. Jaybird said I did in Vegas. Okay. Yeah, Sonia said she heard about it. All right. Yeah, I mean it's like, but there you would think that would be something that would be all over mainstream news media. You would think, but Carolyn Rice said I saw it on YouTube. Okay, just once with no real info. And see, there's the thing that's concerning. They find this lab with all kinds of stuff in there and all kinds of biologicals and tissue samples and obviously they're working on something. Um, it is it is crazy to keep down the potential chaos. Maybe I don't know. I mean, what are we distracted with? That sorry guys, that Good Morning America's mother being kidnapped. You know what I mean? Yeah, Chinese CCP biolab. Yep, absolutely. Oh, the Wuhan lab. I know it's isn't it amazing? Okay, here's something I think this is amazing too, right? And I like the one comedian. He was freaking hilarious. Um, he was on some show, and they were talking about now they've acknowledged, right? They've now acknowledged that the virus escaped from the virology lab in Wuhan, China. Wow, what a shock! But if you had said, if you had gotten on here on YouTube and whatever and said, absolutely it's come from this lab, you were shut down. They were giving you, excuse me, they were giving you a hard time because, they were like, oh, no, 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 it's from a bat and whatever like that, right? So, yeah, not the Wuhan coronavirus laboratory. Not from that. No, no, no. But now they have to. Man, I don't know what's going on. Sorry. Now they have to acknowledge. that's the reality, that yes, that's where it came from, right? And I can't remember the comedian, but he was like, so let me get this straight. He said, if there is a chocolate outbreak in Hershey, Pennsylvania, he goes, and they say, oh no, it's not from the chocolate factory in Hershey, Pennsylvania. It's from another source. He goes, I wonder, would it possibly be from there? And I just, the way he did that, and again, he was saying, okay, he goes, let me get this straight. He goes, coronavirus, you have the Wuhan coronavirus lab, you know. I got my tea. I'm gonna hit my tea. And I just thought that was funny because, they tried to say it was from this, it was that. And they even showed that it was something that was doctored, right? But, oh no, not the Chinese. The Chinese didn't do it. It was an accident. It was something in nature, when everybody, that could put two and two together said, I don't think that's from nature. But, yeah, it's just, yeah, well, he got a pardon, didn't he, Alex? But, and see, there's the thing is, so Biden goes out, right? And he does blanket pardons. Pardons his son, right? Pardons the January 6th committee. He pardons Anthony Fauci. Well, if they didn't do anything wrong, why would they need a pardon? Right? If there was no corruption and no crimes, why did they need a pardon? Here's the reality, folks, and I really want people to understand this, okay? The whole Jeffrey Epstein thing, right? Who's gone to jail realistically from that? He did, right? Jeffrey Epstein did. His girlfriend did. And now she's willing to talk if Trump will give her immunity and a pardon. So you're going to put that piece of garbage back out on the street, right? What about was it Prince Edward's? Was it Prince Edward's over in the UK? Now, oh my God, he was stripped of his titles, right? Oh, poor thing. Stripped of his titles. And Trump undid the pardons because they were done with AutoPen. Prince Andrew, yes, thank you. I'm sorry. I couldn't remember which one it was. But basically, we know, right? Prince Andrew was banging underage girls on Epstein's Island. Pretty much proven. Is he going to go to jail, folks? No, of course not. He gets now you're naughty, you'll lose your title. Oh my God, how horrible. I mean, it's disgusting to me. And the worst part is, and let's be honest about something. They had the Epstein files under Joe Biden, right? If there was one iota of anything that would have linked Trump to the Epstein files in misconduct, they would have used that way before. Now they're trying to say, oh, well, he, now they're basically showed that he didn't have anything to do with it. Now they still try to say that he did because they want to discredit him and make him look bad. And again, if somebody put down here too, what about Bill Clinton? What about Hillary Clinton? Hillary Clinton was there too. What about all those celebrities that went to Epstein's Island, right? Including Oprah Winfrey, Tom Hanks, I think, was there. I mean, there's like a laundry list, guys, a laundry list of people that went to that island. And I can guarantee you, I can't guarantee you, but I will speculate. How's that? Because I got to be careful with what I say. I can't guarantee anything, but I would not, I'll change that. I would not be surprised, right? I would not be surprised if there is video evidence of politicians, celebrities, people that are in positions of power on video doing all the dirty things that they like to do behind closed doors that they don't want anybody to know. But yeah, it's like, why are these people not being arrested and why are these people not being put in jail? Are they still using that blackmail against some of these people? You know, I mean, but like I said, again, if there was an ounce of anything that they could do against Trump with that, they would have done it. They would have done it. Okay. So, you know, it's just like I said, it's just a big game. Now, finally, right? Because now Trump or Bill and Hillary Clinton would not go and testify. And so they were going to do what did they call it? They're going to go after him because that they hold on, guys. But they were going to go after them because they didn't testify. Because they've done that to other people. They put other people in jail because they wouldn't testify. So now, I guess they're going to agree to testify. I mean, it's a big fiasco. It's a big game. What Bill Gates was another one that was big time involved with Jeffrey Epstein. You know, so these people are garbage. They're, you know, here's my thing, folks. If it's two consenting adults, I don't care what you do. I do not care. It don't make no difference to me, not at all. But when you have these people that think that they're untouchable because they have power and they have money, and they bang little boys and little girls, and even teenage girls, you know, they're underage. The law says what you can and cannot do. So, it's terrible. And the survivors know, yeah, you know, and again, you have all these girls. A lot of them are now passed away because of what they knew and what they saw. There was the one that even said, if I die by suicide or anything else, I didn't do it. And now she's dead. She knew too much and she was talking. So, and that happens a lot as well. It's just like, you know, when they keep telling us how Epstein killed himself. Did he or did he not? I have no idea. But it's sure convenient, isn't it? Right? So, I mean, these people, you know, and they keep throwing that out there at us. They give us, oh, here's some of the emails and all this redacted stuff and all this thing. These people aren't going to go to jail, folks. They're not. They're not going to go to jail. Bill Gates gave his wife STDs from when he was doing with Epstein. That's why she left him. Wow, I did not know that. I knew that there was issues, and I know that she has kind of thrown him under the bus. You know, now that it's come out that he was involved with Epstein and stuff like that. But again, this is what these people they're twisted. I mean, they're twisted, and they, you know, I mean, I'm trying to think. When you have women, like some of these celebrities or singers or whatever, and they have women throw themselves at them all the time, I don't see how that could get old. I don't. That's just me, right? I don't see how that could get old, but I've never been in that situation. So they get bored with that. Now they want something different, or they got whatever twist that they want to do. And it's just, and there's a lot of perverts, you know what I mean? It's a lot of pedophiles out there, and there's a whole network of them, and they work together. So it's nothing's ever going to come of that. The right people are never going to go to jail. May some people go to jail? I wouldn't be surprised if they threw a couple of people under the bus and they put them in jail. But Bill Gates ain't going to jail. Clinton ain't going to go to jail. Prince Andrew ain't going to go to jail, right? What about, like I said, is that laundry list of celebrities that it's proven that they went to that island? That island was there for one thing and one thing only. Okay. So, what was going on? Why are they not getting the testimony? And they do. I think they've had a lot of testimony from the victims that survived. Excuse me. So again, you have that, and what are they throwing in our faces all the time? All that crap that's going on up in Minnesota. And then the big one, right? Oh my God, the big controversy. And I did a video on this and I talked about this. The whole halftime show. Okay. Now, football is America's game, right? Football is America's game. And somebody had made a point, which I do agree with to a point. I do. Why are you going to have somebody come in there and do a halftime show and sing in Spanish, right? Sing in Spanish when the majority of people in the United States don't speak Spanish. We don't. The majority of people do not speak Spanish. That doesn't make any sense, okay? But again, that's their thing. That's who they wanted. That's who they did. I always felt like, now, a good example is like Beyonce, right? Didn't she do the halftime show one year or something? There's a lot of them that have done the halftime show. They're not my cup of tea, okay? I don't watch them. I don't like them. I don't care for them. So I don't watch their stuff. So if the halftime show comes on, and it's not somebody I want to see, like Aerosmith, I saw them, right? They did a halftime show. Love, got the shirt, right? I was there, up in Boston, at Fenway Park to see Aerosmith when they did, was it the 50-year thing that they did up there? It was amazing, amazing. Okay. But again, when you have, there's a lot of satanic symbolism in a lot of these halftime shows. That's been proven, right? I don't care about, I don't want to see that. So I don't watch it. If I want to watch the football game, I watch the football game. The halftime show comes on, I turn it off if I'm watching it, right? Well, now I haven't had a television now in like 12 years. So I don't care about none of it no more, to be honest with you. I really, if my Cowboys were in the Super Bowl, I probably would have gone someplace to watch the Cowboys play. That's being honest. But I didn't care with Seattle or New England. I didn't care. So, like, we were doing a live stream, and somebody was like, "Hey, the score is 9-0, at the half." And I went, "Oh, that's right. The game's." I wasn't even thinking about it. Yeah, the game's on. So then I was like, "Well, I'll check and see after the live stream." Got busy with something else, and then I went, "Oh man, what about the game?" And I looked, and there was 5 minutes left. So, but again, I just, if you don't want to watch something, be an adult, turn the channel, go watch something else. You know what I mean? It's like, why the whole huge, and then and okay, so you had the alternative one you could watch, right? Kid Rock. I'm not a fan of Kid Rock. I never liked his music. Now all of a sudden he's found Jesus, and he's getting up there doing all that. I'm sorry, but Kid Rock he's not what I would call a role model. He's not. Now, if he found Jesus and he's turned his life around, good for him. Congratulations. But he's done a whole lot of dirty stuff in the past, guys. Okay. So, yeah, it's like I said again, if I don't care for somebody, I'm not going to watch them. So I turn the channel, I go and do something else, and that's it. And I just everybody's flipping out about this halftime show. And I'm like, okay, I didn't get it. But, should they go and try to get somebody that's more geared towards the American sport of football? Sure. Why not have Carrie Underwood, right? They had her singing the Monday Night Football thing forever. Get her on there. Beautiful girl, great talent. That would be a nice halftime show. I would watch that, right? I like Carrie Underwood. I think she's awesome. you know, so again, it's just they're always distracting us. Everything is a distraction. So again, you know, just live your life. You know, stop getting so upset about stuff that you can't control anyway. That's kind of the way I look at it. I don't have a dog in the hunt. Okay. I don't care. Do your thing. Leave me alone, you know. All right, we got to do the egg count, guys, and we'll keep going on with this here in a minute. Um, so how many eggs today? Yes or no for Miss Betty White? And how many Easter eggers? So again, if you have not shot a thumbs up yet, we got 308 in the chat. We got 221 on the thumbs up. So if you have not shot a thumbs up yet, please do so to show support for the channel. Again, I do appreciate that. Also, again, it really makes a big difference with the algorithms. And so I do appreciate it for that reason as well. Again, if you are not subscribed to the channel, I would ask you to please subscribe. Make sure you hit that bell icon to get all notifications as well. And thank you ahead of time. I don't know what's going on here. I've felt better. Probably too many times up and down a hill today. That's probably what that's all about. But I stopped taking medication a couple days ago because I'm like, I'm pretty sure I'm coming to the end of this sickness. But I felt pretty good. But for whatever reason, right now I've been having a cough and fit during this live stream, and I do apologize. Oh, I wasn't from my driveway. No. On my turn to go on my street, and then I would have still had 7 miles to go. So no, we were not close to home yet at that point. What helped me? Delsum. Delsum really helped. That really suppressed the cough and everything. So I was using like Delsum, Dayquil, NyQuil. That's what I was doing. Oh yeah, whatever happened to Diddy? He was in the headlines and then nothing. Yeah, they let him go, didn't they? Didn't he get out of jail? Now back to Epstein. What is being hidden from us? My opinion. I honestly believe that they have a tremendous amount. Oh, I've been taking my vitamin C, vitamin D3, and zinc as well during this whole sickness. I started taking that again. Um, but I honestly believe that they have a lot of blackmail on a lot of people in power. That's why you're never going to find out who it was, because they're going to, whoever is running things, if you will, they're going to use that information to keep those people under control. Have you noticed all of a sudden throughout the course of time, right? Certain politicians that were like rising stars are coming up, and all of a sudden they announce they're retiring, they're leaving, just out of the blue. I don't ever think that that's just out of the blue. Um, I don't think any of that's just out of the blue. I think that information has been said, and they're like, you're going to go. If you want to not be dragged through the coals and put out there publicly, like the one guy there, Santos, they gave him an opportunity to withdraw. Excuse me. Gave him an opportunity to withdraw. And when he wouldn't, then they went after him. And then they put him in jail. And then Trump pardoned him. It's a big club, folks. It's a big club. He was doing illegal stuff. Why are you pardoning that guy? Why are you pardoning him? You know what I mean? Good question. So again, there's a lot of crazy stuff that goes on. Oh, I'm sorry. Nobody won the egg count. I apologize. Sorry about that, guys. I was looking. We had 5 eggs today. Betty White did lay, but no Easter eggers today. So I apologize for not letting you know. Yeah, I just figured, okay, they're all wrong. So I was, I apologize. But I was happy about the 5 eggs, though. I only got 3 eggs yesterday. So nobody's happy and nobody won anything. So, oh my God, that's funny. But yeah, so unfortunately nobody won today. But I was really jacked to get 5 eggs today because they really, like I said, it's been, when it's been so cold, it's been a battle, you know. And but we had a lot of snow melted today, as well, which was it's nice to see, really nice to see. A lot of snow melt. So we today we hit I think we hit 40 degrees today. Actually, I'll tell you what the temperature is right now. Hold on. I'll tell you where we're at right now. We're at 35 right now. We're going down to 22 tonight. Tomorrow we're looking at 38 degrees tomorrow. We're looking at 46 on Friday, 56 Saturday, 46 on Sunday, and then 60 on Monday. So I mean, it's gonna when we got back and the excavator guy brought us back. He in the driveway when I had gone out. Oh, P Diddy still locked up. They just shortened the sentence. Okay, yeah. Oh, that's right, because he wanted to be closer to something for visitation and all that. But again, there's another one. He was doing some crazy, crazy stuff. I mean, when they talk about some of the stuff that was going on there, and then all of a sudden it kind of like goes away. Money has a way of doing that. Isn't that interesting? Oh, that's Aerosmith, guys. I'll show you. This was, here we go. That was from their tour that they did up at, they were doing, I think, a 50-year thing, and they did it in Boston at Fenway Park. Absolutely an amazing concert. You want to talk about professionals and spot on? Those guys were amazing, amazing. So, yeah, they were. That was really fun. That was a great concert, and we were up in the nosebleeds. We were way up, but great time, great time. So, and I just happened to have that shirt on today. So, but anyway, yeah, like I said, again, a lot of crazy stuff out there. They're using that information to control these people. And I think a lot of times what they do is they set things up to compromise these people. Because like I said, again, if they're into whatever it is they're into, they're not going to advertise that. But, if somebody gets an idea of what they're into, then, they will set them up, so. But it's just, there's a lot of sick people out there. And, power corrupts. It really does. People get in a position of power and control. And some people, it goes to their head. I've seen it. I'll give you a quick story. Okay. I'm in the military. We're in basic training. And what they would do in basic training is they would make somebody a squad leader. So a squad leader would be in charge of like 8 guys. Okay. So, they had a little bit of power. Well, we had this one kid and he was an a-hole. I mean, that little bit of power went to his head and he was acting like a jerk. And this is a true story, guys. I may have talked about this before. So we were talking about giving him a blanket party. So there's about 5 or 6 of us sitting around, and we're really gonna give this dude a blanket party. And what a blanket party is in the military is, you basically take like the wool blanket, and 2 guys hold the wool blanket over the guy on his bunk, and everybody else like beats the crap out of the guy. Okay, so we were talking about doing that. So then the one guy says, right? The one guy says, I got a better idea. And I'm like, okay, what's that? He said, you guys hold him down. He goes, and I'll rape him. And I was like, I went, what? And he goes, now it would be humiliating for me. He goes, but we'll really show him. He goes, you guys will hold him down. He goes, and I'll rape him. And I looked at this dude and I went, dude, listen, I am not going to Leavenworth for raping some freaking dude. I said, giving a blanket party is one thing. Somebody getting their butt kicked because they deserved it is fine. I said, but I ain't being no part of rape. Now, we never ended up giving him a blanket party because that was just like, that was so far out there. Yeah, sicko, exactly. But there's people out there that would do that. Yeah, no kidding. That escalated quickly. And oh, happy birthday, Alex. And oh my God, I'm sorry, guys. What was I gonna say? Everybody else was like in shock silence. They like couldn't believe that this guy suggested that. And I was the one that was like, absolutely not. No way. I was like, no. Yeah, I could see. Oh, what are you going to prison for? Oh yeah, I held a guy down while somebody else raped him. No. So, but and I know you're not going to be 39, Alex, but it's a nice number. It sounds good. Isn't it supposed to be like 29 in holding? Isn't that the one? 29 in holding? But again, like I said, you don't know what people are capable of. You got to be careful. You got to protect yourself. That's really, really important. So, but anyway, guys, it has been a day. It has been an interesting day. Glad to say that I'll be here for another one. Hopefully it's going to be an easy fix on the truck. We'll find out. Like I said, Rob's going to come down. He'll be here tomorrow, and we will go ahead and get that squared away. Hopefully. So, yeah, I hope it's not something that's going to cost a lot of money. So, but but yeah, the weather down here has been, like I said, the last 3 days have been pretty good. We definitely yesterday it was like almost 60 degrees, and then we did have rain overnight, which really knocked the snow down a lot from that as well, because we never went below freezing. So a lot of the snow melted because of that. Oh, I know I was going to tell you. So when we had left today, nobody had been in and out of the driveway since I was in and out of the driveway, right? So I just kind of followed my own old tracks that I had put in there from almost 2 weeks ago. And they were all recovered in with new snow and everything. And so when we left, I'm like, oh, by the time we get back, it'll be better. So when he brought us back in, a lot of the tracks, the snow had all melted down, and it was like running like a river down the tracks of where we had driven in earlier. So, but oh yeah, we're going to be dealing with mud. Yeah, we'll be dealing with mud, and that's it's part of it. It's just it's what you got to deal with. So, but I had and the thing when I did my earlier live stream today for my hardcore members, guys, I drank a cup of tea, and I was fine on hot tea. Not the green tea. I was drinking hot tea, and I felt fine. So I don't know where this coughing fit came from, but like I said, been a kind of busy day, crazy day, and then climbing up and down that hill about 5 times, bringing everything down. Oh, I'll tell you this real quick before I jump off. So the dog food bags are really slidey. So I was taking them and chucking them down the hill, and so they would go part way and they would stop. and then I would grab and chuck them again and get them down further. And then when he got farther down, then I would pick them up and carry them and put them away. So the puppy food, I had chucked it, and it went down, and I seen it turn. And Steve goes, "Oh yeah, it stopped. It stopped." And I went, "Oh okay, yeah, it stopped all right, all the way down to Mark's place." So it went down around the curve and right down the hill. So I had to go all the way down to Mark's, grab that 40-pound bag, and then hump that back up the hill. That one sucked. I can tell you that right now. That was not fun. Um, a loogie went down the wrong pipe. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Anyway, guys, I am going to jump off. I'm going to leave you with my favorite saying, STD, step, thing, and day. If you set realistic goals in your life that you can reach, and then you set about the following to get them done, one step at a time, one thing at a time, and one day at a time. The only person that can stop you from achieving your goals is going to be you. That's it, nobody else. Stay positive, stay away from the negativity, stay away from negative people that tell you what you cannot accomplish. Because if you set those realistic goals, you can make them happen, and it does happen. It's amazing. Now, it may not happen in the time frame that you want it to, but if you keep plugging away, it will get done. Okay. So have a great night, everybody. Be safe, and I will talk to you all later. Prepper Nurse One out for now.